Hello, everyone. It is, I believe, day 4 or 5 of playing Where Winds Meet. This is gonna ask for lockpick, isn't it? Yep. And made some solid progress. However, I am slowing it down a little bit as I felt like I was getting a little too happy to play this game. And, I need to chill out at times. But, as well, how should I say this? The amount of days you have to wait before going into the next breakthrough is much larger. It seems like it just keeps increasing every single breakthrough. So for the first two, it was 1 day. For the second one, it was 2 days. And now it's 4 days, right? And no, you did not hear me incorrectly. So it's 4 days to increase the level cap to 55, as you can see down here. And that probably is going to take a little bit, right? And it's because of that I am just going to, be a bit more chill about it. I will say something that I've took notice, and maybe people who haven't made it to Kaifeng yet, the bosses are significantly more difficult in this area, right? Oh, whoops, I forgot about that. But the bosses are significantly more difficult in this area. These bosses start to have like multiple things attacking you at once now. One of the most annoying ones, which is like I'm farming this boss for the, what's it called, Swallow Call set, which is best in slot with my dual blade setup, and as well drops the bamboo cut wind tips, which are good for the martial arts. She has like this flaming phoenix that just constantly fucks with your tracking. So if you're like someone who likes using tracking to lock onto enemies, it completely fucks with that like incredibly badly. It gets so frustrating at times. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of over leveled at this point. I'm at 9k martial mastery now. Let me show you guys. Running Infernal Twin Blades plus the Mortal Rope Dart. This shit was not fun to get. Oh my goodness. Like, the amount of fucking here and there's you have to do to achieve this is insane. These are the inner way arts I'm currently using. It could be better. I think I could get like one more of one of these, but too lazy, I guess. So currently running the Infernal Twin Blades art of Echoes of Oblivion. You have Vendetta, which I farmed, and this also took fucking forever to actually get. Moral Chant, this is actually something you can buy in Kaifeng, I believe, or in what's it called, the Ghostlight Market in Kaifeng. I don't remember which one. And then Bitter Seasons is just some random thing that I threw on there. These are the mystic skills I'm using. You may take notice that oh wait, this should be here. These mystic skills are all PvP oriented, right? Because I actually started playing the PvP a little bit. I'll show you guys over here. Wandering Paths, Arena, 1v1 Arena. So I am Adept 1, and this is my, match history. It ain't pretty, right? It really ain't pretty. So for a good while, I was playing with the Strategic Sword and Heavenquake Spear, and I thought it was like the weapons that were trash, but I slowly came to the realization that everybody has like full best in slot sets. They have the optimal mystic skills, the optimal inner ways. I literally just mix and matched and threw it together in PvP, which led to a lot of losses, right? So starting from like this silver 3 thingy is when I started. As you can see, it's like on a new day. This is when I started switching to the Mortal Rope Dart and the Dual Blades, and as you can see already, the match history is looking better. And this was when I just woke up, so still not optimal inner ways, still not optimal mystic skills, as you just saw there. I was accidentally missing the jump one. These Dual Blades are the ultimate cheese, right? I don't know, like I've heard in CN that with Strategic Sword, if you are skillful enough at it and you what's it called, and you have like the optimal inner ways and the optimal setup, that's like the best loadout to use in PvP if you're just really good at it. But I think if you're just a newbie trying to get a few wins at the beginning, and to be honest, this loadout still works as one of the best PvP loadouts, like in the high tiers, right, I would heavily recommend just running dual blades, because this catches people off guard so goddamn much. It's not even funny. So for those curious why I'm running the mystic skills I am, or Meridian Touch, this is a guaranteed hit, right? If you get someone really low, or if you get them staggered, but for some reason you get interrupted and now suddenly you can't press F on them to be able to take advantage of that, all you need to do is press Meridian Touch. If you're close enough, it'll instantly jump you towards them, and if you click F fast enough, or whatever your guard break thing is on keyboard, then you are going to be able to get that off, and that's a very big damaged lead. As for this thing actually poisons your enemies and surprisingly does a noticeable amount of damage. So I've been abusing that as well. Whenever people catch me when I don't expect it, it's very, very strong. And especially at these lower tiers where people aren't as good, you really can just do whatever and people will just continuously fall for it again and again, right? The next thing I have is, as I mentioned earlier, this thing. It's similar to the Meridian Touch. It just allows you to instantly jump to someone, whether by surprise if you time it right or not. So another thing that can be used to close the distance if someone is trying to be like a pussy and run away. That sounds aggressive, but you know, at the end of the day it's PvP, so I don't blame people for running away when they're low. And then probably the most important mystic skill, and this is the biggest reason as to why I have such a bad win rate, is this. This allows you to counter break a enemy or counter attack an enemy when you're like stuck in their combo. Now it's incredibly broken, and that's why it has that long ass cooldown of 40 seconds, and I didn't use this for almost all my matches except for the matches I did today. I never had this guard break mystic skill, and going against it without having it was complete fucking torture, right? So before you do PvP, you can mix and match with a lot of other mystic skills like Dragon Breath and a few other things, but always make sure that you get this and you upgrade it and you prioritize this over absolutely anything else, because it's not even close to how important this skill is as compared to the rest. Now, why the dual blades are cheese is because they attack so goddamn fast that it's really hard for your opponent to actually get out of it. When you look at things like the strategic sword, the Heavenquake spear, basically any other fucking weapon, they always have like this significant downtime at some point after a few hits where you'll have a chance to either deflect, you could dodge, you could do this, or you can just move out of the way. But with the blades, they're so goddamn quick that there's absolutely nothing you can do. So you do one combo, Q, do another combo, Q, do another combo, Q, G, and then you can just get out of there, and then you can stall time by allowing your Qs to refresh again, right? Now, technically speaking, this isn't even how you optimally fight someone, but you could just unga bunga that in the lower ones. You also use the rope dart as well for range when you can't get too close with the blades. And then once you actually hit them, you can switch to the blades and then keep going like this. And it's just like so stupid, man. You have relentless attacking ability. It's really, really fucking disgusting. And I still think that for casual players, dual blades is probably going to be the easiest way for them to actually make it to the higher ranks. Now, another thing you can do is use umbrella, right? I've heard that the umbrella can be decent, and I didn't even know what countered the umbrella until I actually fought someone with it for like the first time ever. The umbrella can be very easily countered if you're going against a semi-decent player. This is because you may think that you can just stand back and spam the umbrella and, you know, hopefully the person you're fighting doesn't have this 3 skill that kicks them down. So even if that is the case, what you can actually do against people with umbrellas if they're spamming their attacks is parry, right? If they're constantly spamming their attacks, you can spam parry, which does a shit ton of damage to like their, well, you know, using HSR terms, their toughness bar, and then that makes them scared to keep shooting you, and so they finally need to go up close or do roundabout ways to try and hit you, which then gives you the advantage. But you need to think on the fly quick enough to actually do something like this, right? Please don't waste your stagger like this on someone who's spamming umbrella attacks from the other side of the arena. It's going to be a complete waste. I'd recommend saving this when you know you're not going to be able to get out of something really quickly. Right. Now, as for the exploration I am at level 2 with 2300 exploration. I haven't really gone out of my way to farm exploration yet. However, I will at some point, of course, and that's probably because I just need to get all these gray markers, as these are the fastest way to hit 4K exploration, as each one gives 50. And this will allow me to use flight, and I only ever start unlocking oddities once I get into flight, right? Makes it much easier as compared to walking around and using your mount everywhere. So oddities in this game are actually a lot more important than I expected. I found this out like 2 days ago, and so that's when I really started farming that stuff. They give you permanent stat upgrades like vitality, like what's it called? They give you permanent stat upgrades like vitality, max attack, minimum attack, HP, defense, I think maybe crit rate, crit damage. They give you basically everything, and once you unlock flight in a region, it's actually really easy to collect a majority of the oddities because of how fast the flight is. And as you're flying, you can actively see most of the time oddities show up on the minimap, and so you can just instantly go there. So, and within like 2 hours, I'd say, maybe less, I collected a majority of the oddities in Xinghe and managed to make it all the way to like the last upgrade option, which is very good, very important if you want to be as strong as possible when going against these you know, newer people who are also level 50 maxing out everything, right? Now, the most important addition for increasing your martial mastery when you break through and start capping at level 50 is tuning your gear. So this is completely new, but now you can actually tune gear and it can get random stats down here at times, right? So crit rate, max stone split attack, minimum bamboo cut attack, and this is the biggest reason why I have 9k martial mastery when I was at like 6 or 7k before the breakthrough. These white circles, white dots on the gear represent how many times they've been tuned. So I basically have all the best gear I can currently farm tuned, except for this, which I haven't gotten a good piece for yet, but I am looking for that. I've also maxed all my upgrade. Oh wait, no, I haven't, right? I haven't upgraded or I haven't maxed these three. Wow. Well, I need to get I need to do that. But yeah, make sure to do your oddities, make sure to tune your gear, and most importantly, take your time with this game. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, now with the breakthroughs, they're getting to a point where they have a very, very long cooldown before you can do it again. And it's so goddamn easy to get XP in this game that probably playing 3 to 4 hours in one day would be enough for most people to already break through in 10 levels, right? So please keep this in mind, that it is so easy to overcap XP. Take your time. Don't rush anything, especially with these cooldowns getting crazy. As you guys can see here, I have 544k stored XP, and I have no clue whenever I'm going to be able to drain this, right? I was at 510k, and I learned that the way this XP cap system works is you don't get back the XP when you actually break through for levels. You need to be actively gaining XP to also actively gain your stored XP. So I was only able to actively gain like 100k of my stored XP, And the second I used my daily energy to farm gear on this account, I just went even higher over my stored XP amount. It's just so easy to overcap in this game. I don't know why they made the breakthroughs have these big of cooldowns, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of it. This is probably the only thing I really just don't like about the game. But maybe they just really don't want people to get burnt out so that they can keep like good player retention, right? Let me know how your guys' Where Winds Meet experience is going. It's going phenomenal over here. I truly love this game. I think I said at the beginning of the video, but it's gotten to an unhealthy point of the way I play this game and how much I look forward to playing it. So I am going to start taking a break. I do need to start getting into ZZZ a little more. But man, this is, you know, I don't want to start drama, but this game kind of accomplished what I wanted WUWA to always accomplish, to where it's like the gacha aspect, it legit doesn't matter. It's literally all pure cosmetics. You can do PvP solely through skill. Gear farming is through skill. You can't really increase your ability to attain things with money in this game, maybe ever so slightly, but barely. That's what I really like to fucking see. I'm only focused on gameplay. I only ever think of gameplay when I play this game, and there isn't a single second that passes by where I think, yeah, you know, oh, I really wish I could pull on this gacha. I don't think about the gacha. It's not in my head. The only thing that's in my head is the content this game provides, how I can make my character stronger, and how I can improve and get better for PvP. That's what I fucking wanted out of a game like this. I'm not knocking people who enjoy the other games like WUWA and, you know, the gacha games, because I myself enjoy HSR. I myself enjoy ZZZ. I like WUWA too, right? It's just that this game is so goddamn fucking phenomenal that it's completely changed my perspective on what I want from a gacha game, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Sorry for this very long yap of a video. You guys probably didn't want to hear this much, but man, this is a crazy day 5. I am having so much fun with this game, and I hope you all are too. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night, and peace out.